As many of you are aware, Pholcidae has been engaging in increasingly concerning behavior. In a recent live stream, he continued his pattern of harassing and bullying SergeantSnake and his supporters. For context, a fan of SergeantSnake joined the stream to confront Pholcidae about his ongoing abusive behavior. Rather than respond appropriately, Pholcidae resorted to mocking voices, making false accusations, and engaging in what can only be described as verbal slander. He accused the fan of being an alt and went on to mock and belittle them, even after suggesting they might be as young as 10 years old. Let that sink in. He acknowledged the fan could be a 10-year-old and still chose to mock and humiliate them. That alone shows a complete disregard for boundaries, decency, or the emotional well-being of others. It gets worse. When questioned about allegedly sending inappropriate content, corn, he responded with sexual innuendos live on stream, both through his own comments and with the help of his alt accounts. I will be including this disturbing evidence in my next video. One of the most cruel and hurtful moments came when he began calling SergeantSnake fatherless. While this is clearly false and was intended as a joke, it crosses a serious line. When I joined the stream, he directed the same insult at me, despite being fully aware of my abusive past and personal history. That is absolutely disgusting. He mocked a known trauma on stream, in front of everyone. I want to make it clear. I would normally avoid using someone's stream footage due to copyright, but this has escalated far beyond content. This is about abuse, manipulation, and harassment.
What? The fatherless figure Bob has finally arrived. Chat, ain't no way. The fatherless figure. Whoa. What do you mean? I don't know. I'm just playing around with Bob right now, bro. Yo, Bob, listen. I know it's hard. It's hard when you don't have a dad or a mom. Well, you're Sergeant, so I'll call you Sergeant. Sergeant, we know it's so difficult when you don't got parents, man. Listen, we're here for you, man. We're totally here for you. We're totally here. Totally. Ignore that, tap him. 100 out of 10 rage bait? Yeah, for real, bro.
In the stream, he even said things like, "I know it's hard when you don't have parents," clearly trying to pass off this abuse as a joke. It was manipulative, cruel, and completely inhumane. What's even more disturbing is how Pholcidae repeatedly uses his alt accounts to downplay and deflect the situation. Instead of taking accountability, he floods chats and comment sections with messages claiming that everything is just rage bait. This is a deliberate tactic, an attempt to manipulate the narrative, gaslight viewers, and minimize the very real harm he's causing. By hiding behind these fake accounts, he distances himself from the abuse while still actively encouraging it. This isn't just trolling, it's coordinated deflection, and it shows a clear intent to avoid consequences while continuing the harassment. One of the most telling moments came when TAPM, another YouTuber, was present during the stream. As the situation unfolded and the harassment became increasingly vile, especially when Pholcidae mocked my personal trauma, TAPM went completely silent. You could tell even they realized how serious and disturbing it had become. That silence spoke volumes. It wasn't just awkwardness. It was the recognition of how far Pholcidae had crossed the line. And yet, instead of acknowledging the damage, Pholcidae and his alts tried to spin it, acting like it was all just a joke, more rage bait. Manipulating others, including creators like TAPM, into staying quiet or dismissing the abuse is part of the problem, and it needs to be called out. Let's not ignore this either. Pholcidae made me a minor cry on stream. He targeted me whilst, keep in mind, he is 18 years old, laughing at a child's traumas and problems to hurt me. I am genuinely shocked right now. You cannot support this. It is way too far. This isn't just cruelty. This is targeted emotional abuse, and it's potentially illegal, especially when done in a public live stream. Harassing someone to the point of emotional distress can fall under cyberbullying laws, and doing so with an audience only makes it worse. This behavior isn't edgy, it isn't content, it's abuse. It's sick, manipulative, and absolutely unacceptable. The fact that he continues to laugh it off and encourage his alt accounts to harass others shows a complete lack of empathy or accountability. What's absolutely disgusting is that about a month ago, Pholcidae loosely called my abusive past fake, brushing it off and referring to it as just ragebait. Imagine that. Taking someone's real trauma, pain, and lived experience, and labeling it as bait for attention. That's not only deeply disrespectful, it's a form of emotional abuse in itself. By trying to invalidate and minimize serious trauma, he shows exactly how manipulative and heartless he is. Calling an abusive past rage bait isn't edgy or funny. It's vile, harmful, and outright cruel. I wouldn't normally make a video app this, as to how sensitive it was, but I will be showing this to police Pholcidae. You have gone too far.